presentation today, I want to welcome Musso Shaikh, Program Manager from Fannie Mae.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Musso Shaikh at Fannie Mae. We're year 2 in our journey, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how we've done some groundwork in year 1 that was time intensive, but has definitely helped us grow the program forward. So the 2 main factors, keeping in mind factors, analysis of information risk, 2 main factors that have helped us is putting time and resources into creating a robust set of scenarios. These scenarios, we looked at the gamut of effects and all the major threat communities that would possibly be interested in our assets of value. Having this initial top 5 gave us the foundation to really move forward. And our program is actually hosted out of the cyber intelligence team. And we had some starts and stops prior to year 1, where the program, they tried to put it in project management to do the project prioritization effort. They just didn't have that level of expertise to be able to look at scenarios and risks from the perspective of who's capable, who could attack, who would be interested or motivated in our different assets. So definitely successful putting it within cyber intelligence. The second piece I think that's really helped us is that first year was very much, as we were talking to different parts of the organization, there are some questions on, well, how rigorous is your process? How many levels of review does this go through? And I'm not sure if your organizations have a similar function, but at Fannie Mae, anytime you use a model, it goes through model risk oversight evaluation. Risk Lens partnered with us. Brian's here. He did great, helped us get all the information so that we were able to submit and respond to the questions from model risk oversight. And it was time intensive, but once we were able to provide them everything they needed, we got a thumbs up. We got better recognition throughout the rest of the organization that this is something that has been vetted. So it really put the wind in our sails, and we were able to continue with the evangelization, I would say, of FAIR. Next, I know the case studies are all about how we're making better business decisions. So once we had that library of scenarios looking at the different effects, we mid-year planned for the following year in terms of where budget dollars will be submitted for various strategic initiatives. Now at that point, those strategic initiatives include a multitude of projects, but have a guiding mission, a business case as to what types of capabilities will be delivered. So the way our team approached it was we said, we've got this list of scenarios, each looks at a different threat actor, a different asset, and we took the strategic initiatives and just plugged them alongside and did a simple mapping initially. First step, would this reduce the threat event frequency? Would this bolster our resistance strength? Would this ultimately reduce vulnerability? And so once we were able to plot those points out, we then did that quick future state analysis that Rob spoke of, and we were able to demonstrate from a forecast perspective what the risk reduction would look like, and then aggregate that across the 3 initiatives. This gave management a great additional data point as they were considering, well, I've got these limited resources, which SI, strategic initiative, is the most, gives me the most bang for my buck. Lastly, how to adopt FAIR. So I'm in a different position than Rob, where I've been with Fannie Mae for 13 years. And my background is primarily risk and from a technology risk perspective, looking at controls assessments, looking at audit compliance background. A lot of fair, to get that program kind of established and spread the tentacles, whoops. I really spread the tentacles. I don't know what. It requires kind of a lot of relationship management, to identify who do you talk to, how do you sell it, how do you get the right data, because the model works, but if you're not getting the right level of data in there, you're not going to be able to present the right results. So what has worked for our team is definitely having someone in your company who's a known quantity, who is able to leverage existing relationships. That's one way to adopt FAIR that has been successful at Fannie Mae. The second is coming back to the top risk analysis. I would definitely say it's a heavy lift at first, but it pays dividends. What it does is it allows you to establish your ceiling of worst case scenarios. And that's not very different from other functions within your organization. Business resiliency and disaster recovery look at worst case scenarios like tornadoes hitting and wiping out your data centers and so forth. So this is along the same lines and really gives you the arsenal of data so that you can make a number of decisions. Lastly, I would say from an awareness perspective, your training should be targeted and tailored to senior leadership and other management functions, where I would say the output of FAIR is numbers, but the main, I'd say, value proposition is being able to speak the same language, the definitions and the terms. If you're able to spread that, one of my efforts is with the resiliency team as they look at outage financial impacts. It would be great if they all understood the 6 forms of loss and really were on the same page. A lot of incident management within the company says, oh, my app was down for 4 hours. That really had reputational impact. There's no numbers, but there's reputational. I'm like, really? Do you really have reputational impact? Is that customer no longer going to do business with you because your app was out for 4 hours? So being able to have those types of discussions, I think, goes a long way, other than just, this is my loss magnitude. So I hope that was helpful.